Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. Also welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Exciting, yes? Alright, so let's get right back into it to see what is going to go on with our girl. We just got called a filthy child and realized we are now a peasant. We are now allergic to our own self. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. Does that say goot, son? Goot? Or googe, son? I quickly realize that I am wearing tattered clothes and that I do not even have shoes on. Gasp. No. No. I'll start breaking out in rashes if I'm now a peasant. This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest and I reach up to grab it. It's a shoe pendant. It all floods back. Delora being a witch. Cinderella's glass slipper. This is not a dream. Delora gave me the fairy tale curse. I gave her the best years of my life, and this is what she does to me. My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace to speak with the king. Let me in! Faceless knight. Sorry girl, but this place is off limits to uninvited guests. You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Lucette Riella Breton. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I am addressing him by title. Faceless Knight B, you best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only make way for the king. The gates swing open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse has a different familiar rider. Father! I immediately moved to block the path of his horse. The soldiers moved to hold me back. I just thought about this, but the other people know about the fairy tale curses. As in, they knew about, oh no, this person got the Pinocchio curse. Is it the circumstance of the curse that if she were to, show that she has the symbol of Cinderella and that she has been cursed, would they be willing to believe her and work with her possibly? Or is it just the circumstance of the curse itself? Your Majesty! What is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now. What? Even father is a part of this. Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me. Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He's looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was the crown princess and his daughter. That is... I recoil. You must be hungry. Take this. A bag of money. This should feed you and your family for a day or 2. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. Well, your pity. Father! Please escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, your Majesty. The moment she said, I was cursed by a witch, since they know about the fairy tale curses and many of them are active, they should have been willing to work with her to some degree. I mean, the king was like, oh, I feel so bad for this person. I understand why they're not willing to, believe her. But it's like, you guys know these curses are going on and more are happening every single day. I don't understand the logic behind this, not completely. Could she talk to a normal person and they would believe her? I watch as my father and his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone, again. That is super sad, actually. Where's your home, girl? There's nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me. Now look here, our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. Can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. I watch with bleary eyes as the soldiers return to the palace. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage, or the fact that my own father does not recognize me. It could also be the rashes that are slowly forming on my skin because, again, I am allergic to peasants. Noblewoman, A. Faceless. Oh, look at that girl's hideous dress. How difficult it is to be poor. I clutch the pouch closer to my chest as I run to an empty alley, huddle in a corner, trying to become as small as possible. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I next open them, everything will be back to normal. Also, for it to be the Cinderella curse, and especially she was taken away from her family and everything, shouldn't she have been put into, as part of the curse, into a family with an evil stepmother and evil stepsisters? Like, change that up a little bit? Why is she just straight up homeless? That's more of the little match girl. But she wasn't technically a fairy tale, but I'm just saying. This is more little match girl. A dream? No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you. But they are always so nice to me. That is only because you were the crown princess, and her mom's being proven correct so far. By the way, that's probably not a good lesson to give. They'll only ever think of what they can take from you. I am trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave, mother. I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand? And again, her father instilled that in her. She was willing to, believe in other people at one point, and it seems like she was willing to be nice to people at one point, and everyone just kept proving her mom correct. And that's really, really sad. I understand. Chapter 1, The Marcher. When I open my eyes, I am still on the streets. I must have fallen asleep. But the nightmare continues. I am cold in my rags. I hold myself for warmth, willing some of the cold away, but fail. My feet are numb and in pain, caked in a dirt that I have gathered from walking barefoot around town. Well, there's a frightful sight. Beggar probably thought she could try her luck with the nobility that live around here. Oh, just look at how ragged she looks. What are you looking at? At two women that lack the basic manners of noble upbringing. Silence, girl. Do you know who you're talking to? No, and I don't care. She's spicy. What nerve. Let's just go. There's no reason to stoop to a commoner's level. I will remember you, and once I break this curse, I will make you regret your words. You tell him. I become acutely aware of the fact that I have not eaten anything for almost a day. I have been sitting here, thinking on the new mess that is my life. But moping around will not break my curse. Crying will not help either. I should find that witch first, but how? I have no idea where she is. Delora. I swear I will make you regret doing this to me. When I find you, I will find food first. Is this all the king thinks I am worth? Leave, girl. A dirty peasant like you has no place in this restaurant. But why? I can pay. Find another place. You're scaring away my customers. Am I not a customer? Shoot, there is nothing for you here. Again, this isn't really Cinderella. Because Cinderella, in every version of her story was able to go into town. She had her own clothes that she made herself, so she looked, not like a noble lady, but she looked like she didn't live off the streets. So when are we going to get to that point where a family takes her in and they turn out to be evil and cruel and using her just to be like a slave? He just swatted me away like a fly. The nerve. Sensing that this will get me nowhere, I ball my hands into fists and walk away. So much for the people of the kingdom being good. Once again, Daddy's been proven wrong. I get the same treatment at the next 3 restaurants I try. I am treated as something less than dirt, like my money has no real value. Oh, and just so people don't misunderstand, me and my dad are good. We have a really, really good relationship. My dad's a worrywart, the goth boy. Well, goth man, excuse me. But yeah, my dad loves me to pieces. I love my dad. We have a really good relationship. I am the crown princess. They have no right to turn me away like this. I have been eating stale bread, anything to keep the hunger at bay. The bread barely helps. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice a small bakery. There are croissants on display that make my mouth water. Slowly, I begin to make my way over there. Ow. My feet ache with every step. They look and feel even worse than before. If only I had enough coins for a pair of shoes. But food is more important. If the rags that I am wearing and the pouch of money are all that I have, then I need to prioritize. Do the witches just straight up not care if people die from these? And I will die before I beg. 2 croissants. You'll need to pay, girl. There are no free handouts here. I take a coin from my pouch and hand it to her. This should be more than enough. The shop owner stares at the coin before reluctantly taking it. She hands me 2 croissants and a paper bag. I will not ask you where you got those coins. Are you implying that I stole them? How else would a beggar like you get that amount of coin? Now be off with you, child. I won't have you scaring away at any other customers. Without another word, I turn and start to walk away from the woman. So this is the goodness of the people of Angie. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. See, this is kind of counterintuitive. Like, you're trying to teach this girl how to not be a spoiled brat, basically, but you're literally teaching her that her beliefs had some lividity. Lividity? Okay, lividity is humor and based on humor, and it's validity. I was looking for the word validity. Not lividity, validity. I knew I'd get it. Totally. I take a bite out of one of the croissants, cringing a little at the dryness. Hey girl. What now? We saw you at that shop. Want to share how you got those coins there? Excuse me? Look at her, brushing us off like she's royalty or something. Let me go. You ain't no better than us. Now be a good girl and hand over that pouch. The man on my left grabs at my pouch and attempts to yank it away from me. I will not let these brutes take anything from me. I elbow the man in the stomach, then aim a kick at the other man's shin. I have an opening and I take it. I pull myself free and begin to run as fast as I can. Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. It's highly likely I'm just going to hit a dead end. Where should I go? Oh, it's our first decision. It's decision time. That way if I make a bad decision, I can go back. Don't know, right? Hey, this way. Oh, it's Goth Peter Pan. You're... No time to talk, princess. How do you know who I am? There's another one. Stop running, you two. Come on. The boy grabs my wrist and pulls me after him. You were my favorite waltz. He takes off with a sudden burst of speed, and then I am running even faster than I just was. I am not entirely convinced following him is a good idea, but at least the boy seems to have a better sense of direction than me. Oh! Our running causes rocks in the pathway to come loose, and before I notice them in my path, I step down hard on them. A sharp pain shoots up into my foot, and I collapse to the ground. It hurts! Princess! I try to stand, but the pain in my feet is unbearable. I fall back down into the dirt with a gasp. I can't. We've got you now. Just hand over your coins and neither of you will get hurt. So much for the goodness of the kingdom. I won't let you touch her. Ha, says the little boy. Well, well, well. What is this ghastly sight before me? Is that McDonald's, Mommy? But male? Two adults threatening a child and a lady. How very ungentle. Oh, you're gonna come save me! Oh, you're gonna come save me! What are what are the likes of you even doing around this neighborhood? You asking to get fleeced? It won't be 100% cotton. It'll be fleece. Asking? Perhaps I am in the mood for a scuffle. You are either related to McDonald's mommy or you are McDonald's mommy. And I'm gonna be honest, if you're McDonald's mommy, yes, please. The nobleman brandishes his sword, his expression confident, maybe even cocky. Show me what you've got, sirs. Oh, please don't bore me. Who are these people? I ain't dealing with this for the money. He's got a sword. What? Come back here, you coward. The two of us can take him. I think your friend has the right idea. I'm not the type to show mercy. Oh! This is way too much trouble for a little gold. You're late. I'm sorry, I'm just having the tiniest little freak out. Oh my god. Sorry, kid. You know how hard it is for me to be invisible around here. Wait, what did you just call me? At ease, small one. These two know each other? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I feel ill. All these peasants. My allergies. My head is pounding and my feet feel simultaneously like they are frozen and on fire. My stomach rumbles, the hunger coming back with vengeance. My body feels light. Hey, princess. Princess? Calm down. Parfait will be able to help her. But for now, we need to move before anyone else sees us. Parfait because she needs food and her blood sugar up, or is Parfait actually a person? Yeah. You have made the right choice! The crystal on the upper right corner indicates that you have made the right choice for a particular love interest. Each color corresponds to a certain love interest. They also appear belatedly after you make a choice, so keep your eyes and ears open! Yeah. Don't worry, you're safe now. Everything is fading. A dream? What is that in your hands, Lucette? It was her. I just wanted to help it, but it died. It's all my fault. It's not your fault, my love. It died because it was weak, which is a totally normal mom thing to say. But this is the world, Lucette. Only the strong survive. The weak get cast aside to die. You are not weak. You are strong, my crown princess, and you do not cry. Now wipe your tears. I don't want to see you cry again. Do you understand? Is this a horror? Yes. Now get rid of that thing and wash your hands. Did you not hear me, child? Yes, mother. Gonna save real fast. Oh, you're awake. Where am I? This isn't my room. My hand flies to my chest where the little glass slipper hangs from my neck. I wonder if all the curses have, like, the little pendant to prove it. Still here. Are you okay, miss? And I wonder if anyone else can see it besides herself. This girl is the maid that tore Delora's dress. The one I fired for her clumsiness. Miss? To think that I would meet her again here. Like this. Icky. Leave me alone. Right, of course. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Now what? Haven't thought at all, have you, Ice Princess? You! Suddenly there she is. Delora stands before me with a sneered smile, looking happy with herself. She's the cause of everything I've been through. All the pain, heartache, and hunger. It is her fault. I tried to stand thinking to give the witch a piece of my mind. I even stumbled on the word twice. But as soon as my feet touch the floor, pain shoots up my legs. I end up falling back to the bed. Ow! You should be more grateful to the girl you just scared away. She's been taking care of you the past 2 days. 2 days? I've been passed out for 2 days? I am suddenly vibrating with anger. Remove the curse. Now. Ha! Do you think you can just command me to remove the curse in your best princess voice? What do you want? Gold? What I want is worth more than all the gold you can summon in Angie, princess. Besides, haven't you heard your fairy tales? The caster cannot take a curse back. You need to focus on breaking the curse yourself if you want your life back. Mother burned the books before I could read more than 1 or 2 of them. I do not think either involved curses, just genies and trading away your voice for legs. Ah, it's good that you're awake, princess. Parfait, should you really be up and about? Don't fuss, I'm feeling much better. Are you a witch as well? Oh no, my name is Parfait and I am a fairy. I was wondering who that other person was on the cover. A witch and a fairy in one room, being friendly with one another? Impossible. Oh, look at her face. You weren't expecting that at all, were you, princess? What is going on? I'm sure you have many questions, princess. How do you know I am the princess? Don't be silly. She's a fairy. Of course she knows. I promise we'll do our best to answer your questions. I don't even know where to start. What would you like to know? Let's see. That was after. I don't want to like. Well, oh, we have multiple pages of stuff. Okay, we're good then. Okay. Why was I cursed? Seriously? You're really going to ask that? Yes. I wouldn't have asked if I knew the answer. You have such a temper on you. Very well, this one's got a simple answer. It's because you're a cold-hearted, cruel, wicked princess who deserves to be punished. Again, why just her? Why just her, Delora? You've been watching over her for the last 4 years, was it? About 3 or 4 years? Why just her? You know the crap that her mother and her father put her, or at least the father put her through. And considering she was willing to tell you even the simplest of things when you were considered a doll, you also know the kind of crap her mother put her through. Why just her? Why is it only her? Delora, a curse is the only way to force you to change your horrid ways. She had a bad attitude towards servants, yes. But from what little we've seen, she has a freaking reason that she has such a horrible attitude, number one. And number two, again, she's still being treated like garbage by her own freaking dad. Well, maybe not entirely like garbage. I'm sure there's some people that are willing to argue that, but it's just like, why just her? Why is everything that he's done fine? Oh, because he's nice to everyone but her? Yeah, that makes sense. It's okay if he's a crappy father to her. She's not allowed to be bitter. She's not allowed to be angry. She's not allowed to have resentment towards somebody who should have been her dad. Oh, because, you know, he was her dad. Why just her? Delora, you could have put that more nicely. I'm pretty sure I was already being nice. Change? Why do I need to change? This is stuff that people around her have turned her into. I mean, there's some people who just grow up spoiled and awful, but like, it's already being proven that her dad is wrong, that the people are crap, that her mother was a manipulative jerk. She has reason she behaves this way and acts this way. So here's a question. Why were you willing to kill her for it, and why is she the only one being punished? Are you completely unaware of how heartless you are to other people? How about how people are kind of... The coldness you show to your stepfamily and your father? So it is going to be one of those stories. It is going to be one of those stories. She is the only one doing anything wrong. She is the only one that's going to be punished for it. Her dad just... Everything he did is correct. And he's done nothing but been a good father. How? Because he gave her a roof over her head? Okay, you mean the obligations that a parent are supposed to give to their child once they choose to have one? That's not good enough. The way you treat Princess Emmeline, why would they need to be treated any differently? You need to prove that you have some goodness in you, Princess, some smudge of kindness. Why? People only show you kindness when they want something from you. The instant they get what they want, they'll just throw you away. What else would you like to know? I'm worried that it's going to do that thing where as soon as I choose one, I'm not going to get to see the answers for the others. That's why I'm saving. The necklace you've got is one of Cinderella's glass slippers. I didn't mean to do auto. To break the curse, you must get the second slipper. Complete the pair. And how do I do that? By doing 3 good deeds. What? It's a very easy thing to do. At least for someone who knows how to be good. I'm just curious how she's supposed to. Because everyone treats her like she's disgusting because she's a peasant. Though I guess now that she's in this particular situation, she's okay. But it's like, You literally left her on the streets to die. You left her to die. What if she had died? You wouldn't have given a crap? Guess that kind of makes you a pretty crappy person too, Delora. 3 good deeds? What does that even mean? I wouldn't even know where to start. Take heart, princess. Goodness is innate in everyone. Are you sure that's the case with this one? Okay, Delora, you need to shut up. Talking about how she's like this heartless monster. Remind me what you did again after you'd been with her for years? You know. It drives me freaking wild. It drives me wild to think that you think there's... What? What is wrong? Woman, there are 1,000 things wrong with you. Delora, you are not helping. I'm a witch and I think I have more goodness in my big toe than she has in her entire body. Oh, Miss, dump her in the middle of nowhere and nearly get her killed, and only punishing her despite having known what her traumas and her insecurities are and her every little problem that she's had to deal with, including her rotten attitude towards servants, as well as all the crap that her dad put her through, including that she had to deal with her mom's death by herself. And there's also an indication she might have been witness to her mother's death. We're gonna find out about that, I believe, I hope. But yeah, she's the cold, heartless one. I have my goodness in my big toe. Shut up, Delora. You get uglier every time I look at you. Now you're just being mean. For every good deed you accomplish, you will get a piece of the glass slipper. And when you've gotten all 3, you'll complete the pair and the curse will break. Simple. I suggest you start by polishing that attitude of yours. Really? I suggest you start by polishing that attitude. What happens if I don't break the curse? I think you know the answer to that one already, princess. Why are you two working together? To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history lesson. Oh, I've got this. Shut up, Delora. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were 2 crystals. Dramatics aside, there is one crystal in the kingdom called the Crystallum Lucis. It is powered by happiness and love. The other is the Crystallum Tenebrarum, powered by fear and anger. I would be able to power that crystal for the whole goddamn city at this point. The strongest of the witches is the Tenebrarum bearer. The strongest of the fairies is the Lucis bearer. Parfait is the Lucis bearer. I take in Parfait's frail and sickly appearance. She is the strongest fairy. The Great War greatly damaged me. My powers are a fraction of what they used to be. And with no child, I have no successor to my burden. What does a bearer do? The bearers regulate the energy of the crystals and keep the balance between darkness and light. For centuries, the fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom, until a certain human decided to be a pest. Who was he? I knew him as Hans Gabriel Grimm. He wrote the fairy tales. Oh, we're getting the Grimm brothers. Cool. And he started the feud between the witches and the fairies in the process. How could a single person have so much power? It was the power of his words. In Grimm's stories, the witches were always evil. The humans naturally grew to fear and hate them. They began to hunt them. Didn't the witches fight back? We aren't allowed to use our powers to cause harm. Oh, really? You're not allowed to use your powers to cause harm, you dirty, dirty liar. But that all changed with the Tenebrarum. I guess technically you didn't cause harm directly. Nice little loophole you used there. But that all changed with the Tenebrarum bearer decided revenge was more important than our promise. There we go. The witches took over the kingdom. They created the fairy tale curse to spread even more sadness and anger, to fill the human heart with negative emotions. All to feel the power of the Tenebrarum. The delicate balance of harmony between the crystals, I can speak adult, was broken. The witches and the Tenebrarum grew far stronger than they were ever meant to be. We had no choice but to fight. And then the Great War happened. The Tenebrarum bearer was eventually defeated. The Great War was ended with the help of an unexpected ally, but Many lives were lost. The good witches suffered horribly. So I guess you were totally fine because you weren't a good witch. We still have to stay hidden in hopes of having any kind of peace. You're not a good witch, though. You've already proven you're not a good witch. So that's probably why you suffered, honey. Are you trying to make me believe that there are good witches? Yeah, there you go. The Tenebrarum can poison a heart and mind into darkness and cruelty. And just so nobody misunderstands, like, as far as Wiccan and pagan and everything like that, I am beyond okay with all that. I'm okay with every type of religion. I'm okay with every type of belief. I'm just mad at this bitch right here. You see her? She deserves a couple smacks. The witches put themselves at risk in working with the Tenebrarum in maintaining harmony, so inevitably are corrupted. Many good witches were corrupted during the war. Most remain that way. Oh, you mean like you? Like Dolores? Yeah, I'm not gonna get over it. Many do not believe it, but witches can be just as kind as fairies. Not this one. She can pretend all she wants. And yet it wasn't a fairy that cursed me. I've done good by cursing you, princess. You'll thank me when you've broken it. Really? Delora was not corrupted by the Tenebrarum. She is as good as they come. Wow. That means witchdom is doomed in this game. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. I'm just so freaking angry at the idea that, like, she doesn't think that... Okay, so you want to help out the princess. You want her to change her attitude. Okay. So once her attitude has been changed, are you going to do anything about the father-daughter situation where it isn't just her sacrificing herself, her feelings, her heart, so that he doesn't have to put in any effort? Are you going to do anything to make him a better father, to make him make up for all the crap that he put her through? Are you going to acknowledge that she has a lot of crap in her past and that she probably needs some sort of comfort and therapy? Or are we just playing this like the stereotype? Because if we're doing that, you might as well have not even included all the random mom stuff, all the random dad things. Just have her be a stereotypical mean little princess. That would have been just fine. But no, then you had to give her a backstory. You had to give her a reason for the way that she is. You had to make her sympathetic. You also had to make her spicy in the good way. Now, after we found out about her backstory, because without the backstory, she's just a mean jerk. And I would have been fine with that. But you just had to make her sympathetic. And she's the only one that's apparently the problem here. Who cares about her boundaries? Who cares about comfort? Who cares that she had been left alone after her mother had died? Who cares that her father, the Staff family, etc. Yeah, okay. It's just because she's mean. It's just because she's angry all the time. It's just because she's not willing to put up with anybody's crap. And she tends to look down on people the way she was raised to. Yeah, it's just her. She's the only one at fault. Hopefully you'll come to see that for yourself. I hope so too. Because she's got a lot to make up for. I doubt it. With you, Lisette? Apart from my own inherent goodness, Parfait and I are working together because we have a common goal. You don't have inherent goodness, sweetie. Which is to restore the balance between darkness and light. 3 good deeds and I get my life back. Easier said than done. You said Cinderella, didn't you? Didn't she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with that? Going to a ball, finding a prince, it's also old-fashioned. No fun in that. Delora? Cinderella is a Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they are cruel to her. You know that's not good qualities, right? Even when people are cruel to her, she's still a good person. You are literally telling this girl you should allow people to walk all over you, treat you like garbage, betray you. But stay kind. Stay kind. That's what's important. Anyway, I have brought some clothes for you. I'll leave them on the table. We'll be waiting outside. There are some people I'd like you to meet. If I'm being too harsh, I'm being too harsh, but they better do something to make up for this crap. I cannot believe this. I look down at my neatly bandaged feet. I have to admit that while sore, they are nowhere near as painful as they had been 2 days before. I do hope that she apologizes. Yeah, her. I want her to be apologized to, Belusette, And I want Lucette to be very nice to her, and that when she goes back to her own life, to ask if she would like to come back and they can be friends, and I think that'd be super cute. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Why would she even care? I was the reason she lost her job at the palace. Oh, she probably doesn't remember me as a princess. But still, she has no reason to do such things for me. I'm gonna say someone asked her to. Ignore the salve for the time being and gingerly stand up, testing my feet for pain. The injury is definitely healing. I slowly walk over to the table and change into the clothes that I have been left there. I'm also gonna guess that Delora wasn't supposed to do this, that this is constantly spontaneous, and they're just sort of like, Delora, you gotta stop this. Delora, please stop cursing people. I slowly walk over to the table and change to the clothes that have been left there. The dress is nowhere near as luxurious as the ones that I wear in the palace, but still it is far improved from my rags. It's cute! All my life I've never had to lift a finger, and now I will not let them see how much they have rattled me. I refuse to break. Just watch me. I will free myself from this curse. What is this place? It's cute! It's a little tavern! There are several people in the room chatting amiably with each other. Notice the girl that had left me the salve by the counter serving drinks. I also hope that they probably won't do this, that Lucette, when she goes back, does something to help those who are homeless or beggars and peasants, things like that. Like, to help the homeless. Just something besides, oh, she became a better person and she went back to her life a better person, because after seeing all of that, I would really hope that she'd want to help people that are at least at that level, to bring them up or something. But that's probably going to be ignored. I noticed the girl that had left me the salve at the counter serving drinks. But as soon as the people in the room notice me, the room falls into immediate silence. Well, look at what we have here, the Ice Princess herself. Huh? They know who I am? I didn't think it was true. Cursed for her cold-heartedness, as to be expected. You remember who I am, and yet you still treat me like this? Well, you aren't really a princess anymore, are you? You're one of us now, girl. Everyone, please, you shouldn't be treating a newcomer like this. Princess, let me apologize. They mean no offense. Parfait, you cute, but you stupid if you think they didn't mean offense. I cannot believe that when the people Parfait is referring to simply smirk and shrug as I meet their gazes. Yeah, Parfait. Yeah. And on top of that, they're also proving everything. Again, they're still proving everything that she said or ever thought was correct, even if it's technically not. To whatever degree, it just continues on because her brain's already just that poisoned. What is this place? Welcome to the Marchen Tavern, a home for those with the fairy tale curse. You make it sound like some kind of holiday house. Delora, what did we say about shutting up? Don't ruin my moment, Delora. You tell her, Parfait. Marchen, and I usually go for the witches, as I'm usually on their side. I'm usually defending them. I'm usually like, yeah, witches, love it. I love the aesthetic, etc., etc. You can just go right off, Delora. Right off a cliff. Marchen Tavern? The Marchen was built 3 years ago, when the number of cursed and Angie continued to rise. The goal is to gather those affected so they might help each other break the curse. Of course, I am also here to provide help as well, as necessary. But, Delora, you're one of those that's creating curses. Only the cursed and those allied with our cause can stay here. The evil and the wicked can never find this place. Then how come Delora's here? And you can't see me doing this, but I'm staring right hard at her every time I say these things. Most of the people here are cursed. How come these people remember who I am? The cursed are not affected by the condition of someone else's curse. Their condition is simple. Everyone has forgotten you are the crown princess. But because these people here are cursed, they still remember your title. It goes without saying that fairies and witches are also not affected. Come, princess, let me introduce you to the few boarders we have at the Marchen. Parfait beckons the server girl over. This is Anise. She helps out in the marching and does most of the cooking. She cute. Her and Parfait are adorable. No one likes you, Delora. I'm sure you understand why she's working here now. Shut up, Delora. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I believe she deserves an apology. She does deserve an apology, but you need to keep your freaking mouth shut, Delora, who should also be giving out apologies. Unless you have some big plan to make everything right, Delora. Not getting over that anytime soon. Miss Delora, what are you talking about? Don't you worry your sweet little head over it. You don't remember what this ice princess did to you. Huh? I have nothing to apologize for. Clumsiness does not befit a palace maid. I only did what was necessary. Well, it's nice to meet you, Princess. I'm Anise Willow. I hope we get along. Really? This is how you're going to start doing good? Hey, Delora! You know what would do everyone some good? Shut up! I don't believe I asked for your opinion. Yep, Please, you two, no fighting. She started. I hold my tongue as Parfait leads me to two people whose faces are incredibly familiar. Hello! Anime Boy 1 and Hot Anime Girl number 2? Yeah. There's also McDonald's Mommy, which might also be McDonald's Man. Their faces I have seen in the palace before. This is Jurian Valiant and Garland Bellereau. How did you know? Both of you were in the Order of Caldera. That's right. They were two of Sir Alcaster's best knights. It was a big surprise when they both left a year ago. I only found out recently that it was because they acted against Sir Alcaster's orders. They were stripped off their titles and dishonorably discharged from service. What are you two doing here? We help the fairies. They and Anise are exceptions and are allowed in this tavern without the curse. Jurian and Garland lend us their strength to help protect the Marchen. Protect? I really like the color of her eyes. That's a pretty color. Protect? From the witches. They'd do anything to make sure their curses remain unbroken. And what about you? That's literally what I was thinking about saying. And I was like, well, at least she's willing to let you break yours. She even told you how. There's that at least. At least. Which is fucking nothing. I am an exception. Also, I'm good. You keep forgetting the good part. That's because you're not. Remember, not all witches are evil. Delora definitely is. Your curse is a test. Oh, really? A test? Originally, the wicked were cursed so that they could learn to change. Their curses were meant to teach them a lesson. I'm hoping your curse will teach you a lesson too, Ice Princess. Hey, Delora. Refer back to that suggestion of shut up! I really am only trying to help you. You'd get her some proper therapy, or you'd do something involving the father situation, or you would have helped to unteach her the things that her mother taught her the last few years, or, you know, stuff like that. We'll see what you do. We'll see what you do. I don't need you to show me how to change. I just want my life back. Well, to do that, you'll have to break your curse. Try and make some friends, Princess. They might be able to help you break your curse. Oh, I'd love to hang around and watch the princess try to be friendly. In the face, with a metal bat, right to your beauty mark. Bitch. We have work to do, Delora. Fine. Try not to make any more enemies, Princess. The instant Parfait and Delora leave the room, the temperature drops several degrees. Now that I am alone, I feel the cold stares return. Disgust. Contempt. As if I am the reason they are cursed and have to take refuge in the Marchen in the first place. Make friends? All I've ever had are my dolls. I've never needed friends. I will break this curse on my own. I was told it was rude to stare. One man suddenly stands up, the anger apparent on his face. His hands clench and unclench into fists as he glares at me pointedly. Durian and Garland place themselves in front of me, shielding me from the man. You know the rules. What happened in the past stays in the past. And no one is allowed to harm anyone else in the Marchen. If you cannot comply, you are no longer welcome here. No matter, the Ice Princess will get what's coming to her. He throws one last glare my way before sitting down again. Parfait. They don't mean any offense. Break the rules and you get what's coming to you. That goes for everyone here. Durian's tone is cold and firm. There's no doubt that she means what she says. So these are the great knights of the Order of Caldera. The Marchen begins to settle down. Everyone eventually goes back to their conversations and meals. I walk toward an empty table, realizing I am being deliberately ignored. I become immersed in my thoughts as I sit down. One thought, however, comes to me immediately. They hate me. They hate me somehow when I've only ever left the palace twice in my life. How did this happen? The only people who treated me with any respect were Anise, Durian, and Garland. Is it because they cannot remember who I am? Maybe being in the Marchen is not such a good idea. I doubt anyone here wants to help me break my curse. They'd probably rather see me suffer under its weight. 3 good deeds? How am I supposed to complete 3 when I do not know if I can even accomplish 1? Hello, McDonald's mommy! May I join you? I look up and stare in shock at the beautiful lady from the toy shop. Hello! Her beauty still manages to take my breath away. What is she doing here? You. I'm not giggling nervously, you are. You were in the toy shop. Oh yes, I was there picking up some items for a friend. I'm humbled you still remember me. Sparkles! Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Karma. Your name is Karma? A suitable name for someone as beautiful as me, no? Karma, your narcissism is going to scare the princess away. Oh. Is McDonald's mommy actually McDonald's man? You are that magician boy. Boy? Oh, how appropriate. Boy. Call me that one more time and I'll ruin that pretty face of yours. You wouldn't hit a lady? How savage. Anyway, I'm Walt Cresswell. I have the Neverland curse. What about you, princess? What's your fairy tale curse? Is that what he look? So he's not a little boy? He's not Goth Peter Pan? But wait, I was right. I called him Goth Peter Pan. He has a Neverland curse. Oh, I got. I'm way too excited about. I am way too excited about that crap. Does everyone share what their curse is? We talk about it freely in the Marchen. The whole point is helping each other break our curses, after all. Argue that if we keep our fairy tales quiet. He pauses, then narrows his eyes lightly. Well, some people keep their fairy tales a secret. He eyes Karma briefly, cocking an eyebrow. The smile never leaves Karma's face. Has anyone managed to break their curse? I've been told that a few have. A few? That's not very reassuring. Well, at least the curses can be broken. I cannot particularly say that reassures me either. What is it, darling? Is it your curse? You can talk to us about it. Tell us what it is. Cinderella. Oh goodness, Cinderella. That explains the nature of your curse, only it's been reversed, hasn't it? Riches to rags. That's one way of putting it. Karma, you're not helping. You really are better off ignoring him, princess. He mostly speaks nonsense. He. It is McDonald's man! Princess? Parfait's voice takes me by surprise. I hadn't even noticed her entering the room again. May I speak with you? I'd like you to meet someone, though I'm sure you already know him quite well. Rod. So you really are cursed. I was the one that gave Sebi to Rod so that he still had some way to voice his opinions. Sebi? Short for Sebastian. Cute, isn't it? It's nice to meet you, princess. Sebi's voice changes when it greets me. The tone it uses is lower whenever it speaks for Rod. Perhaps that is what Rod's voice actually sounds like. Wait, if he remembers me, does that mean the mermaid's curse? What? That is my curse. Rod has been mute all this time because he is cursed? Does everyone else know? Obviously, they are my family. Even the king. He knows as well. So am I the only one you never told? I didn't think he'd particularly care either way. He is not wrong. Yet I cannot believe I did not know. Slipped out once again. What are you doing here? I have been trying to help Rod with this curse. That is why he comes to the margin from time to time. But I don't even want... Anyway, I only came here today to confirm that you were truly cursed. I wanted to see it with my own eyes. It's a big surprise when I woke up one day and you weren't in the palace. Even bigger surprise when I found out no one remembered you. It's been days since I was cursed. I wonder, how are things in the palace? Livelier? Happier? Wow, Rod! Wow. Never seen my family happier than they are now. I'd say it is good that you aren't a princess anymore. I'd always thought Rod didn't really care about me regardless, but this is the truth. The only reason I didn't say anything earlier was because Emma Lane didn't want me to. I'm happier too now that you're gone. I don't have to pretend like I like you anymore. I'm going to return to the palace now. I'm gone and they're all happier. Your very existence has been erased in the palace. They've never known you. It doesn't mean they're happy without you. Even the king. What did I expect? Why did you bring me here? The people in the margin, I shouldn't have left you alone in there. I'm sorry. You knew how they felt about me. They don't mean any offense. Right, Parfait? You're pretty terrible, too. What have I ever done to them? Oh, honey, Lucette, you've done things. You've done things, too. Everyone so far is just horrible in their own freaking way. There isn't a single good person I've met so far. Except for Anise. Anise seems cool. I like Anise. Now isn't the right time to explain. When will it ever be the right time? So many things have already happened to you. I need you to be patient, Lucette. Why? Why does she need to be patient, Parfait? Why? Has the prince already left? Yes, he has. Princess, we'll talk about this later. For now, you must focus on breaking your curse. Did I miss something? No. Right. Maybe the fairy is right. I don't think I'm ready to find out about how I made so many people hate me. Well, Parfait, I think it's time we get down to business. What should we do with her? What are you talking about now? You, of course. You've got nowhere to go, right? I wonder why. She is right. I think back to the days I spent on the streets and shiver. I'll do anything so long as I don't have to go back there. The princess can stay at the margin with me and the rest of my boarders. I'd almost forgotten what hope felt like. But you'll have to work in exchange for a room. I have an idea. How about Delora has to work for her room? Yeah. Since you know who cursed her. You also willingly screwed up twice now and allowed people to, emotionally abuse her, try to attack her. You knew better. You still did these things. Parfait, you are not very innocent yourself. So how about this? Delora has to work for her pay there at the room to make up for your blunder and to make up for her incredibly crappy personality. And I would love Delora. I would be all over that if the princess, was not as sympathetic as she is. If there wasn't, if we hadn't been shown backstory stuff, if she was just a regular rude princess, I'd be all like, yeah, Delora, yeah, get it. We know better now, though. So how about you let her stay for free, or you make Delora do the work for her? I celebrated too soon. What? Magic has its limitations, just like everything else. Just like anything else. Money doesn't appear out of thin air, not even for a fairy. The margin doesn't attract many customers since only the cursed and a few others can enter. I sell my potions here and there, but I have several hungry mouths to feed and my funds are tight. Well, you wouldn't have another mouth to feed if it weren't for your, friend here. For your friend? I thought fairies lived in luxury. Parfait, are you broke? Ouch, even the Ice Princess can tell. And yet you still take people in. It's always been how Parfait operates. She's good-natured to a fault. I like you. I'm told suffocating beneath my debt will be what kills me. Why don't you just leave? I assume you make enough to take care of yourself. Leave someone who's in need of help? I could never. And that, princess, is how goodness works. Shut up, Delora, who has no freaking room to talk ever again. Shut up. How goodness works. It's not as if I accept freeloaders. All my boarders help me run the march and do errands. The princess has never worked a day in her life. I doubt she'll be useful. Delora. Dear, crappy Delora. 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 Shut up. If karma can be useful, anyone can. That's kind of cute. I've yet to see karma be anything but useless. I have yet to see you be anything but a jerk. Princess, you're more than welcome to stay if you're willing to help out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think that that's a perfectly fair deal, and it's not Parfait's fault that Delora did this, and it's not Lucetta's fault that Delora did this. It just seems like Delora should be putting in more effort, twice as much, now that she's part of the problem that you're in debt. Delora needs to be doing more. A lot more. On all bases. It's the least you can do in exchange for a roof over your head and 3 meals a day. Hey, Delora! Delora! Shut up! Oh, and shoes. Hey, Delora! You know what we just said a million times? Shut up! Freaking do not like that girl. Do we even have a choice? I toss and turn in bed, unable to fall asleep. The mattress is hard and the sheets are itchy. Nothing at all like the bed I had in the palace. What I would give for my old bed again, for any of the comforts of home. I miss my dolls. Lady Parfait! Lady Parfait! I sit up immediately. What is going on? I leave my room to investigate. Some of the other marching boarders, Waltz, Jurian, and Garland, are sitting on the settee looking anxious. What's happening? Sorry, did we wake you? No, but the noises Garland was making would have woken the dead. Jurian and I found an injured man while we were doing our rounds. We brought him here. An injured man? Wait, what were you doing outside? It's almost 1 a.m. Nothing you need to worry about. Drug deals. Anyway. Lady Parfait and Anise are attending to the man now. These people, will they just help anyone they find in the streets? What if this man is dangerous? Do you think the witches got to him? It's possible. We'll have to find out when he wakes up. The next day, Parfait reveals that the man only suffered minor head injuries. She says that she expects him to wake soon. I look at the tray of food in my hands. Anise has asked me to bring it up to the stranger's room while she finishes the rest of her cooking. I would never have been asked to do this in the palace. Goodness, what's that poor tray done to you to deserve that look? Hey, Delora! Shut up! I must say that it's odd to see the princess doing something nice for someone. Hey, Delora! Shut up! What do you want? I have something to ask the man that was brought in last night. Seeing as you're being good enough to deliver breakfast, I thought I'd just tag along with you. Hush. You're going. Just bring this tray up yourself. You are not in any position to delegate your duties to me, Miss Lucette. Delora. I want to punch you in the face so hard. Come on, our guest must be famished. Shut up, Delora. Taking a way out, I followed Delora to the spare room the man had been put in. Come in. Teacher-san! I thought the man would have been old, but to my surprise he looks young, probably in his early 20s. He seems lost in reverie. Is that how you say it? Reverie? As he stares at a small notebook. Good morning. Good to see you're awake and breathing. The man looks up at her when she speaks. The instant he sees us, his eyes widen. Why is he staring at us like that? Am I dead? I'm in heaven. Or maybe you two are angels that have fallen out of it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! See, what can a humble gentleman like myself do for you, lovely lady? Oh no! Oh no! Ah, you could join me on this bed. I'd walk over to him and dump the tray on his head, to be honest. I'm probably going to end up getting the bad ending because I'm not going with any kind of walkthrough. I'm just kind of seeing what happens as it happens. Okay, I have an idea. We're going to save because I'm doing it. Can I throw the tray at him? I'm tempted to let you. Feisty as well, oh, be still my beating heart. Huh? You... Oh, he's awake. Did I choose the correct option towards this doucheball? Oh no! Another lovely lady has entered my chambers. Delora, patience. He might not even be in the right state of mind right now. He did take injuries to the head after all. The man finally stops to look just at me. He narrows his eyes and stares so hard I almost want to slap him. What? You're familiar. But no, it's impossible. Aren't you the crown princess? What are you doing here? If he knows, then he's... Well, he's definitely not a witch or a fairy. Can only mean one thing if he recognizes the Ice Princess. Can you start using her proper name, given that you've been so crappy, Delora? Because you just killed all the humor inside of me. I was in such a good mood. What is your name, good sir? I would answer any question you ask me, madam, but... The man looks down at the notebook in his hand. I don't remember. Amnesia? I know everything about Angie, and yet I don't know the first thing about myself. Except that I have the Rumpelstiltskin curse. Oh, so that's why he doesn't know his name. That makes sense. These are actually very, I will say this, the curses are very, very clever, I think. Rumpelstiltskin, is that a fairy tale? I knew it, he's got the fairy tale curse. Fairy tale curse? Do you remember how to break it? From what I remember, I need to somehow collect 3 memories and get them to appear in this journal as entries. He shows us the notebook he's been holding on to since we entered the room. My first memory is of waking up and holding this. I thought there would be information here, but it's empty. Another victim of the curse. You must be tired. Lucette will leave your breakfast here and will give you some time to yourself. We'll be outside if you need anything else. Not anything else. But, you know, within reason. Rumpelstiltskin. What is that fairy tale about? Delora does not do a good job of hiding her laughter. Really, Delora? She snorts and I cross my arms, embarrassed. Mother burned the fairy tales in the palace before I got the chance to read them, all of them. Fine, I'll keep it short. You know, you've been around for years. It's sad that you've been around for years. Like, now that I think about it, maybe like only 1 year, but she's been telling you everything. Even if it's only been 1 year, that is enough time to know. Once upon a time, there was a girl that was said to be able to spin straw into gold. The king found her and locked her up in a tower. He said he wouldn't let her out until she turned all of the straw in the room into gold. But the girl was just a regular human girl. She knew she would never be able to turn the straw into gold and feared that she would be locked up forever. I'm gonna pass this since I already know what the Rumpelstiltskin story is about. Which, by the way, that's not a very good story either if you think about it, because he kept her hostage, and then under threat of death, she can't leave under threat of death, and then he forcibly marries her. Doesn't sound exactly right to me. Thank you, Parfait! You've won me back over! How dare you hush, Parfait? You're the one that needs to shut up, Delora. You talk too much. Sometimes I wonder how Hans was able to come up with such tall tales. Well, the Marchen is opening soon. I expect another busy day. Especially busy for you, Lucette. You need to start coming up with good deeds. Shut up, Delora. You have been nothing but nasty and rude, and you claim your whole goal is to teach her how to not be those things. The amnesiac Casanova was allowed to stay at the Marchen with the other boarders. Because he still seemed capable, Parfait set him to work as one of the Marchen's servers. Are you sure that's a good idea given how he behaved around the ladies earlier? Anis's protest that he remain in bed fell on deaf ears. Parfait couldn't very well throw him out, not while knowing that he had nowhere to go. I would be incapable of showing him such kindness given all of this nonsense he spouts at us. To be fair, it's one of those things where it's like, if he had been like, you know, a decent guy, he wasn't openly hitting on them, making things awkward and uncomfortable, and she was like, even as a rich princess, and I was given the opportunity to like help out an injured man, I totally would not. Which she wouldn't. That's part of her issue, but can you really blame her for not wanting him around and not wanting to help this guy in particular, though? The people that frequent the Marchen began to steadily ignore me altogether, like I do not exist. It is better than the stares and the hateful looks. Rumpel, you aren't here to flirt. What did I freaking say? But this lovely lady is unattended. Sir Rumpel, please, you're making me blush. Don't give him positive affirmation that this is okay, you dumb... Because the man couldn't remember his name, he fashioned one from his own curse. Rumpel. I think it suits him. I will never understand Parfait. This amorous waste of space is about as useful as karma. Speak of the devil, I've returned! It's McDonald's, daddy. Speak of the devil. Shut up. Karma had left abruptly yesterday, saying that she had something very important to take care of. Waltz trails in after her now, carrying several books in his arms. Why am I carrying these? Because you made me run that errand for you at the toy shop the other day. And because gentlemen carry things for ladies. I'm going to drop them now. Those boxes contain very important contents. Welcome home, Miss Karma. Nice to see you've survived the trip with Waltz. Oh, Waltz. Thank you, Ines. Oh no. So this is our new housemate. We have not had the opportunity to meet. I am... Oh my flipping goodness, yes! We are all surprised when Rumpel suddenly reaches out to grab Karma's hand. Please, Karma, burn him up. My life before this moment has been a depressing monochrome. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Now that you have entered my bleak existence, I see everything in beautiful blazing color. Oh. And nothing shines more brightly, more vividly than you. Kick him. I am Rumpel, my sweet. Let us talk of marriage. I stare at Karma, waiting for her to flirt back. At the very least, I expect her to wave Rumpel away for being a fool. But she remains eerily silent. Answer, my angel, I beg of you. Keep. Say the word and it is done. Your filthy hands off of me. Yes! McDonald's daddy! Ow. Not again. I would never be interested in the likes of you. Go on, lad. Give him a good beating, like the one you gave to me. My queen, there's no need for violence. What did you call me? Please calm down. Rumpel is still recovering. What is going on? Karma is a man. Doesn't take kindly to being flirted with. Or proposed to. She is a man? You've already learned this, Lucette. Come on, get up, get with it. But your voice, your face, your breasts. Ow. That's what you're focusing on? Perfect. Okay, Delora won back a single point. 1. She's gonna lose it though, I guarantee it. She's too freaking rude not to. I worship all aspects of the female form, but my particular favorite has always been... Ow. Do yourself a favor and shut up. That's what you should be doing most of the time, Delora. But not in this instance. I'm totally with you on this time. I never would have known, but why would he do this? Look at me like that? I have my reasons. Is it because of your curse? Yes. I am undone. My heart is in pieces. You knew him for 10 minutes. She got another point back. Now you got 2 points. Well, technically negative 998, but still. For those that can hear the music of their heart like I, it takes only a look to fall madly, irretrievably in love. I must leave. My heart will need time to heal. Oh, that was amazing. The marching attracts all sorts, doesn't it? That one is entirely Parfait's fault. Alright, nothing to see here. Back to work. I'm still in shock from what I learned earlier. Karma, a man. It is not fair that he is so beautiful as a woman. If the female population of Angie knew the truth, Karma would be hunted down for making the rest of us pale in comparison. Anise, being good, I suppose, prepared a special lunch to welcome the newest marching boarders. We have all been invited to the private dining room. Excuse me, is Lady Parfait here? Prince Rod, perfect timing. Please join us for lunch. I only came to talk to you, Lady Parfait. But I'm hungry and I have no wish to make you wait while I eat. Come join us. Please, Your Highness, I've made too much as usual. You must help us finish. You're so cute, Anise. You're so cute. Look at those little freckles. Very well. Can her and Rod get married? That'd be kind of cute. A cursed princess and a cursed prince. What an eccentric collection of friends you have, Lady Parfait. I wouldn't say they were eccentric, necessarily. You're the most eccentric one here, Rumpel. Really now? I sit silently in my chair. I am uncomfortable around so many people. Oh, that's a mood. That's a mood right there. Even when Mother was alive, I had all my meals alone, since my parents were always too busy to sit down for meals with me. The meals with Ophelia and her children were also always awkward and silent. Somehow the atmosphere here is lively and friendly, even though I barely know anyone here. Is something wrong? Excuse me? You've barely touched your food. Don't you like it? Delora said this was one of your favorites. I'm just not used to eating with company, that's all. They say that sharing a meal brings the family closer together. Garland. I apologize. Close together, huh? So, have you made any progress on how to do those good deeds, Princess? Shut up. There's no way I'm admitting that I do not even know how to complete one. Oh, I forgot you're so good on the doing good front. Why do you have to be so freaking unlikable? The creators must have known that this... You are not very helpful. Why don't you ask someone to teach you how to do good? And also, Parfait, if you were at all decent to these people, you'd tell Delora to leave. Don't you think it's awkward enough she's surrounded by people, by her brother who just openly said, hope you never come back. We're okay if you die, basically. And now also has Delora bullying her constantly. Well, that's not something you hear every day. As in, take some kind of lessons. If you're having so much trouble on your own, you should ask someone to give you some advice or teach you. Well, we know who can't teach her. Isn't that right, Delora? You wouldn't know how to do that, would you? What does it say here? The princess needs advice? Yes, McDonald's daddy. Well then, she is in luck. I happen to give the most excellent advice, and believe me when I say I can teach almost anything. I believe it. Can I get some fries with that shake? The princess is indeed lucky, as I am available for teaching duties. No doubt I'd be the better choice, as I don't go about deceiving the world. Wow, Rumpel. Excuse me. Karma, please just punch him into oblivion. Rumpel is so freaking, from one-sided flirting to bitter enemies, and all in the span of a few hours. The man broke my heart. Anyway, I'd also be happy to help you in any way I can, princess. I'm sure your stepbrother would be happy to help as well. I don't think I would make the best teacher for this sort of thing. I only teach others how to fight. We could do that. That would work. Then I could beat up Delora and Rumpel. Never mind the fact that Jurian herself still struggles to be good. What? Beat him up. You're lucky, aren't you? So many people are willing to help you. Why? Huh? Why are you all willing to help me? That's what we do at the Marchin. We help each other. Lesson number 1. Doing good means helping whenever one can. Delora? Sweetie? Honey? Honey bunch? Crackling oat bran? Listen. Stop. Stop. You wouldn't know what that actually means, Delora, or at least you haven't proven it yet. Don't forget how many days you left her on her own out there to die, get raped, so many horrible things, and you were fine with it, all for her better good. Yeah, so shut up. Just let any of us know if you want our help. Trust no one but yourself. You need not care for anyone but yourself. That is what Mother in the last few years have taught me. I've always been alone. It is easier that way, and yet these strangers, these people that I've only known for a few days, are so willing to help me when they gain nothing in return. Is this the goodness I was meant to see, Father? I hate that she's looking to her dad for that crap. Is this the goodness you wanted me to see, Dad, even though you're a pretty crappy person yourself? How can I even begin to trust and care for others when I have forgotten how to do so? And then let's not forget all the people that treated her like garbage on the streets and all that stuff. Like, yeah, expose her to the worst of the people in the kingdom. It's not that easy to change your mind, especially when she was brainwashed for so freaking long. Ugh. I am slowly beginning to understand what I must do. I mean, at the very least, she is correct. Delora, I mean. Oh, chapter 2. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and save. And we're actually going to stop here. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Bacon, and this so far has been the Cinderella phenomenon. I actually am really liking, despite the fact that I just can't seem to stop telling Delora to shut up, don't like Rumpel in the slightest, and I do have some major issues with the plot itself. I am really liking this story. It's also mainly because it just seems to be, I really like how creative it is. It's definitely different from some of the other dating sims that I've been playing. I also like that it's not like, hey, let's buy all kinds of crap for you so that you can continue the game. That isn't happening. That's really nice. I like that. So I mean, so far I would probably give it an 80% out of 100. The other 20%, of course, so far being like Delora and how she doesn't seem to understand that she is actually the biggest jerk between the two of them. The person she's trying to quote unquote help, she's actually worse than right now. Because yeah, she had a bad attitude, but you put her in physical harm's way, ignored her trauma. I've gone over this so many times. I'm not going to get over it anytime soon. I'm so sorry if that bothers anybody. I will try to cut it down on the ranting about Delora being a piece of crap. Can't guarantee anything, but you know what? I will attempt. I will attempt, because I can't imagine that's going to be entertaining for very long. And I don't say it to be entertaining. I say it because of how frustrated I am. But nonetheless, thank you once again for joining me. I am Bacon. This has been the Cinderella phenomenon. Can't even say it correctly. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to share, comment, like, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. And yes, do feel free to let me know if I'm ranting way too much about this woman. Alright, bye-bye.